Hello everyone, in this video we are going to be making and publishing our React component library. I followed this article as that you can see on the screen, but it had some issues, so I had to Google a lot of stuff and fix a lot of things in order to get it working. So I'm just gonna show you the process of it and the things I did to fix it. So I'm gonna start from scratch by creating an empty folder. Then I'm gonna navigate into it and I'm gonna open my code editor. Then I'm gonna init the package with npm init and just fill out the details here. Don't worry too much about these as we will change them later. So with this, I have my package.json. Now I'm gonna install React, TypeScript, and types of React, and I'm gonna save them as a dev dependency. After that, I'm gonna create the folder structure for our component library. In this project, I'm gonna only create one component, but you will see if you want a lot of components in your library, so you can add them easily. So I'm gonna create a source folder, and inside that I'm gonna create an index.ts file and a components folder. Inside the components folder, I'm gonna create another index.ts, and then I'm gonna create my components folder button. This will be just a simple button. Then I'm gonna create a button file, button.tsx, and another index.ts file. Inside the button, I'm just going to create a functional component. I'm not gonna create a fancy component, it is just a simple component, just to show you how you can publish it onto npm and install it in another project of yours. So it will only have a children prop. Now inside the index.ts of my button folder, I'm gonna export default from the button.tsx file. After that, in the index.ts of components folder, I'm gonna export default as button. Now here, if you have multiple components, you will have to export them separately in this file. In this file, I'm just going to I'm sorry. In this file, I'm just going to export everything from the components folder. So that file will not need to be changed. After that, I'm gonna npx tsc. This will initialize the tsconfig. I'm gonna clean up it. I'm gonna clean up the tsconfig. After that, I'm gonna set it up for my package. Now you will have to follow me here, and every value here needs to be exactly like this, because honestly there is not any good documentation about this, about making component libraries, and a lot of stuff on the internet is outdated. So I would really recommend that you copy exactly these settings of tsconfig, because a single setting change uh, can result in your package not being bundled or not being able to publish, or when you install it there could be issues with the package. So a lot can happen with this. So you can check what all of these settings do by googling them. But these are the settings that I have found that work after changing a lot of things, googling a lot of things, and trying it out a lot of times. After that is done, I'm gonna install the rollup packages that will be responsible for bundling our component library. So these are a lot of packages, and I will write the names of them in the description of this video, so you can check them out there or copy paste them, because honestly there are a lot of packages for rollup. Now this was the one of the main issues with the article that I followed, is that a lot of these packages are outdated. So I had to read a lot of their documentation to get this working. So in this video we are going to be using all the latest versions of the packages. So I'm gonna install all these. You can see all the packages that I have installed here in the package.json. Now I'm gonna create a rollup.config.js file. This will handle the configuration for the bundling. For the settings of the rollup config, I'm gonna copy paste them from the last time I changed them. You can pause the video and type them, or you can also copy paste this from my GitHub repository, which I will also link in the description. After that, I'm gonna fix my package.json. So the first thing we're gonna change is the main key. This will be the main entry point of our library. The dist folder will be created by rollup when we run the command. The types of this will be in this file. This will also be auto-generated by rollup. So this name, the name of the file should be the same as in the rollup config. Now I'm gonna write the script for rollup. So this command will bundle our library. This will be a type of module, and the keywords, these will be used by the npm website when someone searches for your package name or something related with your package name. So I'm gonna just give these some test keywords. You can give them whatever you want. It depends on you. Although these will help with the SEO of your package. Then I'm gonna define the peer dependencies. The peer dependencies are the dependencies which you expect the person that is downloading your package. So basically these are the dependencies which the installer will have, the person installing will have in their project. I hope that makes sense. So if you include this instead of peer dependencies, if you include this in dependencies instead of peer dependencies, this will download React version 18 again in the project of the person installing your package. So we don't want that. That will cause errors with React. So instead we give it a peer dependency of React because we expect the person installing our package to have the React version 18. Now now if I try to bundle it, it gives me an error because we haven't imported React there. Now if I again bundle it, it indeed did bundle our project. So it created the dist folder and it created all the files that are needed. As you can see, it has the same hierarchy as our source folder. Now I'm gonna create a git ignore, which will have a distributable folder, node modules, and the rollup cache. The rollup cache isn't generated here in our case, but it can be. Now if I try to publish it on npm with npm publish, it gives me an error to add user. Now I need to log in with npm here. After logging in, when I try to publish, it gives me this error. Now this error can be caused by three things. Either your account on npm is not verified, so you will need to verify your email, or number two, you will need to increase the version of your project, or number three, your package name is already taken. So in my case, that was the reason. So if when I change the name of the package to React to test button muk-dev, it worked and it published my package on to a npm. As you can see here, it has published it with version 1.0.1. Now I tried to increase it to 1.0.1 and to see if it worked, but that wasn't the issue with that wasn't the case in my situation. Now if I added some padding to the button, and I have also increased the version of my package. Now I'm gonna create a new repository. I'm gonna give it the same name as the package. I'm just gonna give it a test description. Now after pushing my code onto GitHub, as you can see here, I'm gonna add a readme to this. So I'm just gonna add a basic readme not gonna add anything to it. After that, I'm gonna create a new file and I'm gonna name it license with all caps. This is a special file which gives you a prompt to select a license. I'm gonna select MIT. After that, I'm gonna pull the latest code which will give me the license and the readme file. After this, in my package.json, I'm gonna add a repository. So this will be a type of Git and I'm gonna give it a URL. So this will show the repository link in the npm website. If you don't include this, it will not include the GitHub repository link on your npm package page. So I have added the padding here. This is just to show you if you make changes to your package. So this is how you publish a new version. You change the version, you run, you bundle it again, and then you just publish it. So as you can see here, when I refresh the page, it has a version of 1.0.2, which is the version I changed to. And as you can see, it has the readme here and also the repository link. It also has the keywords that I gave in the package.json. And now after this, I have an empty project that I created with white, which I'm gonna use to test our component. So as you can see, it is empty. Now I'm gonna install our package that I published. I'm gonna copy the command from there and I'm gonna install it. After that, it is installed, and as you can see here in the package.json, it has our project and the exact version of it. Now if I run it, and I'm gonna, as you can see here, it also gives the IntelliSense. It is also giving me errors. It is also giving me errors because it expects the children prop to be there. Now after I give it, as you can see here, this is our component. It has the padding that I gave it, and it is just a simple button, which is what we intended. Now with that, we have successfully published our component library onto npm. If you want to see more features added to this or more content related to this, please leave a comment. I can also show you how you can add storybook to this for testing purposes and seeing your project, seeing your components in your components library project. So if you want to see that, let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and consider subscribing to the channel, and I will see you in another video. Thank you for watching.